Hi, this is Jackie with Panama Relocation Tours. Thank you for joining us for our live stream. Today, we're supposed to be interviewing a couple that left Boquete and moved to someplace else, but for some reason, they haven't shown up yet. So while I'm waiting for them to show up, I have a couple of announcements to make, and then I may need to just turn this into a Q&A live stream where I answer your questions about moving to and living in Panama. For the benefit of those of you that are new to our channel, my name is Jackie Lang, owner of Panama Relocation Tours. Since 2010, we've been offering all-inclusive 6-day, 7-night tours that show you all of Panama and teach you all the things you need to know to have a smooth move. We also offer private tours in just specific areas. Private tours are ideal if you know you want to live at the beach, you know you want to live in Panama City, you know you want to live in the highlands or maybe the islands over in Boquete. We have 21 private tour guides and we offer private tours throughout the country. And then for those that are more of the do-it-yourself kind of people, we have the online Panama Relocation Guide, which also teaches you what you need to know to have a smooth move to Panama. And there's a whole section in there on how to do a self-guided tour. You can get more information about all of those things on our website at PanamaRelocationTours.com. While you're there, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our newsletter, and we'll every couple of days we'll send you a new lesson about moving to Panama. Banking, driving, getting your pets here, getting a visa, getting health insurance. We'll send you a lot of different information. It's absolutely free for you to get all of that information. So I still don't have our guest here. So it looks like what we're going to have to do is I'm going to convert this very quickly into a Q&A live stream, which means I'm going to answer your questions about moving to and living in Panama. What you'll have to do is type it into the chat window and then put 3 question marks in front of it. Teresa knows what to do, just like this, put 3 question marks. I'll pop it up on the screen and then I'll answer it. So if anybody has a question for me, you can go ahead and type it into the chat window and I'll get to it as quick as I can. They are going to roll off the screen pretty quickly. So you may have to type it in a couple of times for it to get my attention. So I'm sorry that our guest speakers aren't here. I know they were so excited about coming. So maybe they have an internet problem or maybe their power went out. I don't know. Things happen in Panama and you have to learn to just roll with the punches, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So Teresa's question is, I've looked into the private tours, but it states that you must buy the guide first before you can book one. Could you explain the rationale? Yes, my rationale for you buying the online guide first before you book a private tour. The private tour guide is going to teach you about a particular area. So if you want to know about the different neighborhoods in Panama City, if you want to know about hospitals, where the doctors are, where to get your hair cut, all those kind of things, that's what a private tour guide does. But if you're going to be moving to Panama, you need to know information about immigration attorneys, insurance agents, how to get your pets into the country, how to get a driver's license, how to buy a car, a lot of other things that you need to know. And the private tour guide, that's not their job. Their job is to teach you about the town, but not to teach you all of those other things. So to move to Panama, you need the online Panama Relocation Guide. Next question is, what area do you live in? So I used to live in Boquete for the longest time, but I moved to a different area. And for privacy reasons, I don't talk about where I moved to. Where I used to live, I would have total strangers just show up at my door at 7 o'clock in the morning when I was still in my nightgown, drinking coffee with my pajamas on. So I don't want that to happen anymore. So now I keep it private on where I live. What is the e-cedula and why should you get one? So your e-cedula, you can only get that after you get your permanent visa. A visa gives you permission to live in Panama indefinitely, but the e-cedula is what is used as a national ID card. Every Panamanian, once they turn 18 years old, they have to get a cedula. It's required by law. And foreigners that move to the country, they can get, it's not required, but it's very definitely recommended that you get an e-cedula, because when you're going to show your ID to get the pensionado discounts or the jubilado discounts, the people that live and work in Panama, they're more used to seeing the cedula. Whenever the police officer might want to see your ID, of course they want to see your driver's license, but they'll want to see your cedula too. So it's just used as a national ID card. So if we're a little bit late coming into the live stream, for some reason, our guest speakers are not here. I don't know if they have a power outage. I've tried to send them messages on Facebook and WhatsApp, and I haven't been able to get through. So I don't know if they have a power outage, internet outage, or what the problem is, but for some reason, they're not here. So you learn how to always have a plan B and a plan C in Panama. And my plan B, until they can get here, maybe today, maybe not, is to just take your questions about moving to Panama and living in Panama. So all you have to do is type it into the chat window, and then I'll pop it up on the screen and answer it, just like this one. So Tia wants to know, I'm taking my first trip to check out Panama next month. Does your website provide information about transportation around Panama for travelers? So we do have an article on our website at Panama Relocation Tours. In the upper right-hand corner of the website, type in taking the bus, BUS. And I have a complete article about how to take the bus. The bus is the most economical way to get around Panama. Of course, you can rent a car. That's going to cost $40 or $50 a day. You can take a bus from one end of the country to the other end of the country for less than $20. And there's all kinds of stops in between. So bus is a good way to get around. Terry wants to know, is there a way of getting assisted living facility locations in Panama? There is. If you go to our website at Panama Relocation Tours, I have an article about assisted living facilities. Just type in assisted living, and a whole article is going to come up, and it shows the different locations of where they're located. And I might mention with assisted living, there's very few private assisted living facilities, but there's a lot of government operated assisted living facilities. Some are as low as $600 a month. Whoops. And Essie says, I want to be close to stores, and my husband's like it because it's cooler, just trying to find an in-between place. So if you want cooler weather, that means you're going to be in one of three towns, either Volcan, Boquete, or Valle de Anton. One of those three towns is going to have cooler weather, and all of those are going to have you close to stores and restaurants. Out of the towns that are the most walkable would be Valle de Anton and Volcan. They have much better sidewalks. So Jerry says internet's out in Playa Blanca. My guess is my guest speakers are not here because their internet is out or their electricity is out or both of them are out. Because yesterday, Darlene, one of the guest speakers, she was even getting everybody to help her decide which outfit should she wear for this live stream. She was so excited about doing it. So I know they're going to be super disappointed that the electricity went out. It's just the part of living in Panama. It's the way it is. Don't worry, I'm going to reschedule them for real soon. Another question from Caroline. Hi, Jackie. We should be coming in mid-March 2026. How much notice is required to set up a private tour? Caroline, I would recommend that you set up a private tour at least 30 days in advance. 2 months in advance would even be better. We have multiple private tour guides in each area, and I just added 2 new private tour guides. But so you're usually going to be able to find one. But if you came in and you said, I want a private tour next week, they're probably all sold out. So you need to let them know a month in advance. And my next question, where are the locations for MiniMed dental clinics? So the dental clinics are going to be in Panama City. most of their clinics. They have 14 clinics and a hospital. Both at the hospital and the clinics, they offer dental care. By the way, on September the 2nd, put it in your calendar. You can also see it on our YouTube channel, but on September the 2nd, I'm going to have some representatives from MiniMed on our live stream to answer your questions about MiniMed, their dental clinic, their Expat health membership. They now accept Medicare Advantage. They also take veteran insurance at MiniMed. So I know you have a lot of questions about it, like dental clinics and other things that they do. So I've got the experts that are going to be on. So Darlene, I see that you say you are on the live stream, but you're not on the live stream. You might be over there, but you need to click on that link that I sent you on Facebook for you to be on here. So check your Facebook and click on the link I sent you. Monica says, could you elaborate more about the $185 for Medicare, or was it Medicaid, and why should a senior citizen purchase it? So Medicaid is only available, I think, to low-income people. Medicare Advantage is what you can use overseas. In Panama, Medicare doesn't work in Panama. Medicaid doesn't work in Panama, but Medicare Advantage works in Panama. The usual price for Part A is nothing. It's absolutely free. But you have to have Part B to be able to get Medicare Advantage. And that Part B usually costs $185 a month. However, we work with 3 Medicare Advantage specialists. By the way, I have one that's going to be doing a live stream in the latter part of September. And they can usually get you what's called a give back, where you get a discount. For example, I have Medicare Advantage and I'm paying $135 a month. So I got it for much less. Other people have gotten it for even less than $135. So if you contact one of the Medicare Advantage agents that we recommend, they can let you know what plans are available and what it's going to cost. Erica says, from the East Coast, how do you get to Boquete, flying into Panama City, then flying to David? So after you fly into Panama City, then you have a couple of choices for how you're going to get over to Boquete. One is to fly from Panama City over to David. Airfare isn't cheap. It's anywhere from $100 and $150 one way for you to get over to David. The other thing you can do is take the bus. So see that article about taking the bus, and that would be about $20. Or you could rent a car and drive from Panama City to David. It's about a 7-hour, sometimes a little bit longer trip. Does MiniMed accept Medicare Advantage? Yes, MiniMed. I don't know what MiniMac is, but MiniMed accepts Medicare Advantage for urgent care and for emergencies. Can you get an e-cedula the same day as your permanent visa? You cannot get your e-cedula the same day. You have to apply for your e-cedula in Panama City. So you apply for it, but you don't actually get the card, which is the same size as a driver's license card. You don't get that until about 7 to 10 business days later, and you can pick it up at any electoral tribunal office in Panama City. So let's say you were going to be living in Chitre, you applied for your cedula in Panama City, you tell them, I want to pick it up in Chitre, or I want to pick it up in Penonome or Santiago. Well, they'll send it to there for you to pick it up there. Is Medicare Advantage only good for emergencies? No, Medicare Advantage is not only good for emergencies, it's also good for urgent care. And you'd surprised how many things are covered under urgent care. If you have a sinus infection, if you have a sore throat, if you stumped your toe and it's all swollen up. So it doesn't have to be just an emergency. The thing that it's not good for overseas in Panama is if you have chronic medical conditions, that's not covered. Routine medical care is not covered. You have to look at your individual Medicare Advantage policy. You can just do a Google search, like I have United Healthcare, and you can search United Healthcare, Medicare Advantage, summary of benefits, or maybe Aetna, Medicare Advantage summary of benefits. So read your summary of benefits, and it's going to tell you what's covered and what's not covered. If we choose not to use Medicare and just use mini-med plan, is that feasible? And only catastrophic insurance. So Carolyn, yes, you could just use the mini-med insurance, which is going to be, Darlene, I see, I'll get you right after I answer this question. So they're here. The mini-med plan, the Expat health membership, which is only $20 a month or $220 a year, it's excellent for non-emergencies. It even covers an emergency visit up to $500. But for catastrophic insurance, you need something else. Like if you were to have a heart attack or a stroke, or you had an automobile accident and you were severely injured, that's not covered under the Expat health membership. So that's what you need the catastrophic insurance for. So you guys hold off on your questions. I'm going to bring on our guest speakers. Here they are. Were you there all along?
Yeah, we have a different browser to.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. I thought you probably picked that outfit because it's really, really pretty. Let me, just a second, let me do something real quick to get rid of this. Okay, so we have Darlene and Doug, our guest speakers, on here. And I really like your outfit, Darlene.
Thank you.
And Doug, I really like your shirt with the parrots on there. You guys are looking Panamanian.
We try.
You're looking Panamanian. So, as you noticed, while we were waiting for you to get here, I knew you'd get here whenever you could get here. But, sometimes your internet goes out. Sometimes your electricity goes out. Actually, I had a bit of an internet glitch just 10 minutes before this started, and I had to completely turn off my computer and reboot it and turn it back on. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this. But it worked. It worked anyway. So I'm glad it all worked out. So a lot of people have met you from previous videos that we've done. They've seen your other videos. I even got a couple of emails. They said, I love those people that said that about you today. So just tell everybody where you started out in Panama, and then you moved to Boquete, and then we'll talk about why you left Boquete and where you're living now. So I'll let you take it over.
I took your tour in March of 23, tour 206, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I just fell in love with the place, especially where we're at now. It's just a beautiful country. I went back and met my wife here, and my girlfriend to be at the time, and then my wife, and that's all I talked about was Panama, how great it was, and we watched all your videos and everything, and made the decision to come to Panama. So we got here and we were hotel hopping for a little while, but that got kind of old.
Real fast.
Moving every day or every 3 days or wherever.
So we went to your online guide and we found the realtor there. We found a fabulous place in Penonome and we loved it. Our last video was we were in Penonome, but it was so hot. I mean, it was like sometimes like 100 degrees, and which meant we'd have to sit in the AC, which meant the electricity
bill goes up.
And we were like, you know what, this is great. We have friends here. We love our place, but it's just too hot.
Yeah.
So we found our place in Alto Boquete, which we absolutely love. And we had I met a lot of nice friends there too, had a beautiful view of the mountain. We'd sit out there every morning and have our coffee and enjoy the view and the sun and all that.
And no air conditioner needed.
No air conditioner, no fans. Then we went back to the States and packed 4 pallets of our most treasured items.
And what did Jackie say?
Jackie, we love our stuff. We do.
I know. And what did Jackie say? I said, you're going to need a bigger house.
You did. And I thought, you know what? We could probably make it work. But once all this stuff came, we were like, this is not going to work.
Darlene's defense, probably a pallet and a half of that was mine. I do have a hobby that takes up a lot of room. I'm a model railroader, so had to bring all my stuff.
Yeah.
Panama doesn't have anything for model railroaders, so I had to bring everything.
Yeah. And
that's my story. Don't stick it to it.
I love decorating and I crochet like a crazy lady. So yeah, I brought all my yarn because you can get different yarn in the States than you can get here. I mean, you get good yarn here too, but the fancy sparkly yarn, I brought it. We used it as packing. That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
That was the excuse, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we were like, we got to find a bigger place. So then through the beauty of your Facebook page, Doug was scrolling through one day and I was in the other room crocheting. And he's like,
I come running in and say, look at this house.
He's like, oh, you couldn't live here. And I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, where are these people? We got to go meet them. So
we called and sort of invited ourselves, which they agreed to. And we went on her Facebook page.
Shelly and Brian lived here before us. And she had one of those Batman lights that said, bring wine. I said, let's go get wine.
So
let's go get wine. So we got on their good side. They liked us right away, which was good because then they put in a good word for us with the owners. Oh, we've been a really nice couple. They love your house and blah, blah, blah.
And your new house is probably about at least twice as big as the one you had before, right?
Twice the size, yes.
At least, yeah.
And we filled it up.
Yeah, we filled it up with all our stuff.
when we first came to Panama, we each had a backpack and a roller case. And that's when we moved into Penonome. And when we moved from Penonome to Alto Boquete, I'm thankful that I bought a pickup truck because it was slap full. The back seat, it was just full.
Yeah.
So when we moved here after the 4 pallets, we hired Servitech, which is in your online guide, and he got us a moving truck.
Like a big moving truck.
A huge moving truck. And it was slap full. We couldn't get another thing on it.
Yeah, and we brought all our stuff here, but we're quite happy here. There's so many reasons that we love Volcan.
So tell everybody, where did you move to?
We moved to Volcan.
We are in Volcan. We are in Volcan, which is funny that we ended up here because when I first met Doug, he said to me something like, name a town, your favorite town with the letter V. And I was like, I have no idea. And he goes, well, did you ever hear of Volcan? And I said, no. And so he was most impressed on the tour with Volcan. And then we ended up being here. And I think he was most impressed because after living in Florida for so long, we were tired of the heat.
Yeah, in Florida, you could look out the window and start sweating because you know how hot it is out.
Yeah.
And here it's nice and cool. You don't have to sweat. Even when you're working, you're not sweating. I mean, in Florida, forget it. You're soaked in 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about your house. How many bedrooms? How much is it per month? Tell us about the house.
It's 5 bedrooms and 3 baths. And we filled it up. We have 2 rooms set up as guest rooms. So anyone who wants to come visit, we got room for it.
One of the bedrooms and bath are the landlord took over, and she has storage there, which we don't mind.
Because it's a small room. It's one of the smaller
it's like
rooms.
Was the maid's quarters because it's right close to the laundry and the kitchen. Yeah. So that's what we figured.
Mm-hmm.
The other rooms we filled up.
And
it's a gorgeous place, as you can see in the picture. Wood ceilings throughout, inside and out. Yeah. Even the porch, wood ceilings.
We have our own private laundry room, which in Alto Boquete, it was outside on the porch, and it was a stackable. I always thought I wanted a stackable. I'm not crazy about stackables, but it was nice and everything, but it was out on the porch. And here we have, so in addition to the 5 bedrooms and 3 baths, we have a living room and a dining room and a separate laundry room, which is nice. It's big enough where we can put, we have like shelving for extra canned goods and groceries and things like that when we stock up. When we go to Price and David, we definitely stock up.
So for the smaller house that you had in Boquete, how much was the rent on that one?
$850.
Yeah, $850.
And here we pay $800.
For the house that you have now, how much is the rent?
$800.
$800. So twice as much for less money.
Yeah.
Twice as much for less money. And, that's one of the things I talk about all the time is that if you move to an area where there's a high concentration of expats like Boquete, there's benefits to that, all the live music and all the activities that are going on, but you're going to pay a premium price, a much more premium price. But if you move just 30 minutes away, or in your case, about an hour and 15 minutes away, you can get a lot more house for your money. And so you guys have definitely discovered that.
Yeah, we have. And we definitely have discovered a lot of live entertainment over this past weekend, gathered up some friends from the PRT group, and we had dancing and
so there's a lot of activity
socializing
here also.
all night.
There's live music, there's place, if you want to volunteer, there's plenty of things to volunteer for.
Yeah. What about the restaurants?
The
Boquete is known for having some great restaurants, but I know Volcan does too. So how do you like that?
I've eaten the best pizza I've ever eaten at Dos Rios.
Hotel Dos Rios. Yeah, they have
wonderful pizza. Every place we've been has great food.
As most people know, I don't cook a lot, but we do like to try new restaurants, breakfast and dinner, and then sometimes that we go out for a couple drinks, have a little nightlife and dancing. But there's a lot of fondas here, which are really nice too, because it's usually typical Panamanian food,
Right.
which we start to really enjoy now.
Yeah, we found one. It's called Nathi. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Their food is wonderful. You get a big plate full and not very much money.
Yeah, it's
it's
like
$5, right?
less. I think it was like $3.50 or something a plate. It was really cheap. And the lady there just loves us. We go in all the time. We practice our Spanish on her, and she practices her English on us.
Yeah.
That
So
was
we are
fun.
learning our Spanish. We can't do complete sentences yet, but we get what we need through
Have
sign.
you found that the restaurant prices are more affordable in Volcan than they were in Boquete?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even at the high price restaurants, they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. About 30% cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy.
Mhm.
Yeah. A pretty big savings. And what about grocery stores there?
We have Romero's,
Super Baru.
We have one that's called Super
Super
Berard,
Berard.
and there's many other little supermarkets that you can go to. So the shopping is plentiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk down Main Street and it's just lined with stores for whatever you want.
Right. They also have some really great markets that you can go to, like farmers markets that you can go to. Tell us about those.
They have anything that you want. The farmers really bring in the vegetables and fruits. Oh, this one guy in the back of that truck, the fruits that he had were amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Papaya, bananas, plantain, grapes. He had everything.
Yeah. Even the farmers markets are more affordable in Volcan.
Yeah.
So
we got one of those big bags that fed 4 families out of
Yeah.
that one bag
We got-
for $7.
We got that in Cerro Punta. I mean, seriously, the bag was huge. And we will never eat all this before it goes bad. So we split it up. We kept some and we split it we shared with 3 other families. And 2 of them are our neighbors right across the street, and they were very appreciative. The one lady has 3 boys and 2 girls. They have a lot of kids over there. So she was real happy to get the vegetables that we sent over to them.
yeah.
Yeah.
What would you estimate? So your rent is about $800. Is your electricity included in that, or do you have to pay anything extra?
We do have to pay for our electricity. I think our highest bill so far was $12.60 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very reasonable.
The
When you
highest.
don't need air conditioning, your utility bill is super affordable.
And
For sure.
and we have 2 refrigerators, a freezer, the wash machine,
Yeah.
an electric water pump, and it's still it was
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And probably the highest it's going to be is about $20, even with a 5-bedroom house
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it saves a lot of money. So what would you guesstimate that your your total monthly living expenses are, considering that you're eating out almost every single meal?
Well, not everything.
But then you don't have, you don't have to go shopping. You don't have to chop up stuff and cook it or anything. So sometimes it's more affordable to go out to eat with the great prices in Panama than it would be to go shopping and cook on your own.
Well, we do Price Mart, which is that's our big meat meals and a lot of the vegetables. It's not the vegetables, but commodities, meat especially. And then we get our vegetables here locally. So.
And for people that don't know, Price Mart is like a Costco. It's the same thing as a Costco.
We go about maybe once a month, make a trip down there. I did find a nice optometrist there too, where I wear contact lenses, and it was real affordable. It was super cheap. So I got like a supply for 2 years. It was like, I don't know, $120 or something for the contact lenses.
Wow.
So I was happy with that. Yeah. See what else? Well, another thing we like about living in Volcan is the sidewalks. I mean, let me back up. I don't walk outside a lot because there's a lot of stray dogs and I'm kind of a chicken, but our house is so big. I can get my 10,000 steps just walking up and down the hallways in my house.
Yeah.
Where you walk, as long as you walk. So I go around the table and down the hall, and it works out good. There are quite a few stray dogs here, and I just won't put myself in that position. You never know. You just never know. I'm sure most of them are pretty docile, but my luck, I run into one who hadn't eaten in a week or something and wanted to gnaw on my leg or something. So I don't do that. But when we do go shopping, we usually park the truck somewhere, and then we'll walk up and down the streets and visit all the different shops. And so we get our steps in that way. But there's so much more parking here and so much more pleasant to walk in town than it was in Boquete. I mean, Boquete, you really had to watch where you were walking. There were pipes sticking out of the ground and ditches and holes. And then the vehicles, if they couldn't find a parking spot, parked right up on the sidewalk. So you were either trying to squeeze between the building and the car or going out in traffic. I don't like one of those options.
Now, one of the things I noticed, the difference between the two, when I try to park in Boquete, the parking spaces are so narrow. You have to be really, really careful to not run into the car or not for them to open up their door and bang in your car. But the parking spaces in Volcan are wider.
Yes.
It's just such a big difference between the two.
And I could even park my truck in the parking spots here, where I couldn't there. My tail, the ass end of my truck would be sticking out on the road.
Yeah.
And I just get up any further. Here, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. So that's been good. We have we go right down, and we could practically walk there. We could. It's really close, and we. And we love it there. I mean, the scenery, the gardens are beautiful. The food is really good. So I think that's probably like our favorite restaurant here.
Dos Rios means two rivers, and there are two rivers that flow through the property.
Yeah.
And makes for a beautiful sound. And they have a garden that I'd want to be buried there.
It's really
pretty. As you know, we take the tour group there for lunch when we're in Volcan also. It's just such a beautiful setting. So many pretty flowers. Very nice.
Yeah.
So have you had any experience with the healthcare in Volcan?
Not here. I'm getting to the age where I need to do the Medicare thing, and we'll look at that. But as far as health-wise, both of us have been very healthy, thank God.
Yeah.
And,
we know we have to take care of that soon. I just turned 64, and Doug's a little bit older.
Well, you have that really nice public hospital in Volcan where if you need to go there, it's only $2 or maybe $1.50, $2 to see a doctor. And if they think it's something more urgent, they put you in an ambulance and take you down to David down there. So having the hospital right there is also another big plus.
Yes, it is. Thank goodness we haven't had to use that, but we should go visit and see exactly where it's at.
Get acquainted with it.
Yeah.
We do have a nice porch out here. We have our 2 rockers. A lot of people started following us when I posted the pictures of those great rockers. They're right out on our porch, and we do have a nice view of the mountain out there too. Plus the house is so much bigger. So we thought, moving 3 times in a year, but each place got a little better. So, and we really feel this is our forever home. We're not moving anymore. This is it. It
just takes a while. It takes a while to find the right spot. And sometimes, and that's why I really encourage people. So many people think, oh, I'm going to come here and I'm going to buy a house the first month you're here. And it's such a big mistake to do that, because as much as you think you might really, really like an area, after living there, even just for a couple of months, you can say it's not really what I was expecting. It's too hot, too cold. It's just so many.
It is a little cooler here in Volcan than it is in Boquete. We're up a little bit higher than Boquete, so
he'll sit on the porch at night and enjoy a cigar, and he'll come back in. His feet and his hands are freezing. It's like ice, but that's okay. We do like the cooler weather.
So I know you have a car, so you have a truck. So you're so about what do you pay for car insurance?
Was it 160 some? I think
yeah, it was
for
like
a year.
100. No, it was 6 months.
Oh, six months. It was like
$160
$160
through
for the
Shura, SURA.
Yeah.
But they've been very good to us. They no complaints. And,
so that was good. Getting back to the house though, I know a lot of people do come here and they want to buy. We at our age, we don't really feel the need to buy, because the landlord's been great. Whenever anything's wrong, I mean, they're like, right on it. We got a new kitchen faucet. It was dripping a little bit. So they bought a new one, had a plumber come and install it. I mean, when you own a house, there are perks to everything. When you own a house, you got to do that yourself. But this way, the landlord came in. Oh, what else did he replace?
Toilet.
The toilet was not, it was a little wonky. So he bought a toilet, replaced that. He actually came up here. Well, the landlord is actually a woman, the landlady, and her 2 sons, they have a restaurant in Panama City. But he was going to be in Cerro Punta, so he came out here. He came in once we decorated it and had all the furniture, and he said, oh, he grew up here. He says, wow, can we come here on vacation?
he grew up in the house.
He wanted to come to our house on vacation. His wife was with him and their little boy, and they were looking around. They were like, wow, we really made the house a home. I mean, he has no problem with us drilling holes in the walls and putting up our pictures, because that's what makes it yours. That's what gives it the personality.
Exactly.
So he likes us, we like him, so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Whenever a landlord gets a tenant that they really like and they see that they're taking care of the house and they pay their rent on time, they're not going to increase your rent, and they're going to want you to stay forever. So
we did some improvements also. They had the front of the house is full of rose bushes and beautiful blooming plants, but the backyard was kind of sparse. So we started buying plants. And we did hire a gardener, and he's been doing very well.
Yeah, he was here yesterday. He did a great job. We went to a place, we were going to go to Cerro Punta to get some plants and things, but one of our neighbors was going by and said, no, go to Jansen Farms. It's right down the road. It's right in Volcan, which is good, because when the rains come, sometimes they're really harsh, and you don't want to be way up in the mountain in Cerro Punta when the rains are coming. Yeah. So this was like maybe 10, 15 minutes from our house. So we went there and bought
about 5 miles, but maybe a half hour.
Do the road. Yeah, the road was a little funny. Yeah. But we bought a lot of plants and our garden. We just placed them where we wanted. See, that's another thing. Well, I guess you can hire a gardener even when you own, but we like having the gardener. He's Panamanian, doesn't speak any English, and we're limited on our Spanish, but somehow we get our point across, and we put the plants where we wanted them. He planted them where we had put them. He's been breaking up plants and spreading them out, and he's been doing really good. He's here all day. He gets here like about 7:30 in the morning and doesn't leave till after 4, and he only charges $25.
Yeah, gardeners are super affordable. With such a big house, I'm assuming that you also hired a maid to help take care of it.
That would be me.
That would be you.
No, we take care of ourselves. We
pretty. I mean, when we're having company, we really clean up. But we, on a daily basis, is laundry and dishes, and we keep up with it all. So
give us something to do.
Yeah. There you go. So every town that you move to in Panama is going to have some pros and some cons. In Boquete, there are a lot of activities, but it's more expensive. In Volcan, it's less expensive, and there's still plenty of activities. Maybe not enough for some people, but certainly enough for what you're looking for. Well,
Yeah.
what would you say are some of the pros and the cons to living in Volcan?
It's just as far to David as it is from Boquete, so
Yeah.
that's a plus.
That's definitely a plus.
The cooler weather is a plus for us.
Mm-hmm.
The roads, once you get into Volcan, are very nice.
Yeah.
Coming up the hill, coming up the mountain, the roads are very nice.
Mm-hmm.
The sidewalks and the bike paths are kind of funny because a lot of the parking for some of the stores, you have to drive across the bike path and the sidewalk to get into their parking lot.
Yeah.
So, you sort of, even when you're walking, you have to watch for traffic.
Yeah.
So that may be a not so good thing,
Yeah,
but, all in all, we picked Volcan over Boquete.
Yeah. So there's also fewer expats in the Volcan area, but are you finding enough people that you've made some friends, go out to dinner, go dancing, go out for live music?
And what's funny about that is a lot of the people we meet, and we've even seen some of the tours and everything, they'll come up to us and say, we feel like we know you, we've seen your videos, and
she'll start to tell a story, and they'll say, oh, I know that. And so people have been following us pretty closely.
And every now and again I like to post a few things.
Yeah, right.
And so a lot of people will know our story just through my posts on the PRT Facebook page. But we've had people in grocery stores, at the airport, in the middle of Panama City, at the hookah lounge we went to the one time. We had people come right up to us and say, oh, are you that couple on the YouTube?
Well, at the airport, the lady comes up with her phone with our picture on it and says, is this you guys?
You're a YouTube star.
We sat down there with the table. We were both flying to David or to Panama City at the time.
At the time, yeah.
And we sat there for 2 hours?
At least until the flight took off. Yeah. Yeah. So we enjoy meeting people like that. We've had a couple of the tours come through and tour the house, and we always play the guessing game. They always think we pay like, $1,500 or $2,000 a month for our rent. We're like, nope, it's only $800. And they're like, ah.
Yeah, you get so much more for your money there. So I know we've got a lot of questions that our audience is asking. Would it be okay if I open it up for some questions from the audience? So if anybody has a question for Darlene and Doug, you can type it in now. You do have to put 3 question marks in front of your question, or I won't know it's a question because there's all kinds of other conversations going on over there. This one says, Teresa says, I'm interested in Volcan and Boquete. Are there high and low seasons in terms of goods?
Cost of goods.
I would think that if there was highs and lows in the prices of goods, it would affect both places.
Yeah.
Volcan here, Cerro Punta is the breadbasket for Volcan and exports. So I would say you would get more for your money here, will it be higher or lower?
Not just in rent, but in food, food also. Yeah. And just a lot of things. So Jeff wants to know, when you left the place in Boquete, did you lose your deposit?
No, we did not. Here's the thing with that. If you can find another person or couple to sign, not take over the lease. They don't, what's that called? Subletting. They don't like subletting. But if you could find somebody else to sign a whole new lease, then you'll get your deposit back. That happened to us in Boquete. Again, Jackie, through your Facebook page, we found the guy on the page saying he was coming to Boquete. He needed a place to live. Well, I got right on there. Wade, hi Wade,
Hi,
if you're
Wade.
watching. Wade now rents our other place in Alto Boquete. He came right out and he's like, you know what? I'm not fussy. Bring the landlord up. I'll sign a contract right away.
And the same thing happened here when
Shelley and
Brian went back to
Canada.
we signed a whole new contract here, and they got
Yeah.
And Shelley, before she told anybody else about it, she advertised her rental and put some pictures up of what she had available. So only the people that are part of the PRT Facebook community saw it and got to be able to see everything.
Yeah.
I guess I was the first one because
we came right up that
we
day.
came up that day.
Yeah. But I know it would have gone really fast because it was such a cute place and really nice kitchen. Everything about it is wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
So someone, what is the average temperature there?
Very nice in the morning and chilly at night.
I'd say probably 60, 65. I mean, during the day, it might get up to 70.
When the sun shines, and it is rainy season, so it doesn't happen every day. Most mornings you have sunshine.
Yeah.
As the day goes on, the clouds come in and it'll rain or not rain, but it gets cooler. I don't know. We don't have a thermometer, but I know that the temperature here suits us just fine.
Yeah.
Say it's warm in the morning and cool at night.
Yeah.
Have you seen any scorpions or snakes since you've been there?
No.
A few salamanders and a big frog. The frog was about just big.
He was outside in the garden, thank goodness.
No, other than that,
only a couple lizards. You know, they like to kind of hang out on the screen, and sometimes
Yeah.
leap out at me. Yeah, I don't like that. But he always comes to my rescue. When I scream, running.
Yeah, someone was asking about homes in Volcan that have a pool. Probably not too many homes would have a pool because it's pretty cold.
well,
It's pretty chilly, but there may be some. And what about a fitness center with a pool?
there are a couple of hotels with indoor pools here. So I've heard, I haven't seen. We actually, when we left Penonome, we bought a pool.
Like a little above ground pool, just to splash around in.
And it was pretty good size.
Yeah.
But anyway, we moved to Boquete, and in that time, that's when we went back to the States and everything. So we really never even set it up.
We were going to set it up because it did get hot there, sitting out in the sun with the mountain and everything in the morning in Boquete. It did get warm enough for a pool.
But when we got to Volcan here, we had visited here a couple of times, so we knew what the weather was like. And the guys that actually moved us, we asked them if they wanted that pool because we don't have a place to put it up here, and we knew we wouldn't need it.
Yeah.
So they grabbed it.
It was still in the box. We never even opened it, and we're like, "Hey, do you guys want this?" And he was like, "Yeah, we'll take it." So they got a really nice pool.
So that was their tip.
Yeah. Well, they got it plus the pool.
So Rick wants to know, what did it cost to ship your 4 pallets to Panama?
Okay, well, in the States, it was a little expensive for the mileage that it went. But shipping from Miami to here was
All together with even including from our house in Lakeland, which is by Tampa, Florida, to get it from there to Miami and then get it shipped all 4 pallets from there to, they were actually delivered to Alto Boquete because that's where we lived at the time. It was about $6,000. But that includes everything, and they bring them right to your door. I mean, that was cool.
That was to come pick them up and deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Doug, why don't you talk about buying your car? Did you use a car broker to buy your truck?
We did. We went to your guide again, as we always do, and we found Miguel. And when we first got here, we rented a car, and it was a Kia Pico, or it was an itty bitty car.
Compact.
We couldn't even fit our luggage in the back. We had to put it in the back seat. That's how small this car was.
Yeah.
And it was very low to the ground. And we went exploring in this car, and we found out real quick that you need a truck because some of the roads we wanted to go on, went on. This car should probably not have gone on those roads.
Yeah.
But I got a hold of Miguel and told him what I wanted in a truck. And he says, sure, but when do you need it? And I says, well, I got to turn this car in 3 days. So he says, 3 days? You need it in 3 days? I go, well, yeah. And he says, well, you know, the Panamanians really like their trucks and they really don't, you know, turn them in. They drive them till they die. He says, but I'll see what I can do. And about an hour later, he calls back.
He had a truck for us.
And he had a truck. He sent me pictures and everything, and told me the price of it, which was sort of over a barrel, but you know, I paid for it. But they sent someone to the airport to pick us up, take us back to the auto dealership. We looked over the truck, made the deal, and drove
home
away.
with it that night. Yep.
Drove away.
But the truck is
Yeah,
Then-
Miguel's great.
They even set us up with the insurance and everything. The tag stayed with the truck, and everything was good.
Yeah, you definitely, for the roads we go on, we like to explore a lot and the roads are crazy. We got it. We had to have a truck. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
It's a Nissan Navara. It's a 4-wheel drive. It sits high up off the ground. It's got roll bars. It's off-road ready.
yeah.
Is
And,
it a diesel? Is it a diesel truck?
yes, it's a diesel. I think it's a 4-cylinder, but
By
it's
the way,
got
diesel is more affordable in Panama than regular gasoline.
oh yeah, it's not like the States. The States diesel is more expensive. Well, here it's not as expensive as gasoline. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was glad to have a diesel.
Yeah, I've known Miguel for about 15 years. He's just such a nice guy.
Great.
And I wanted to use him for my bus driver, but I don't like his buses. They're very uncomfortable. So that didn't work out. But, Jorge's a fantastic, but he's one of our private tour guides. He also helps people with buying a car. He's been in Panama his whole life. He's Panamanian and he's well connected. And when you need something, he'll bend over backwards to help you.
And congratulations on your new bus.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the new one?
Yes, it's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're doing tours like every single week right now. We needed to put the buses in rotation. So one week we'll use the yellow bus, the next week we'll use the white bus and the yellow bus and the white bus. So
For FYI, what does Triple J stand for?
Oh, on your plate. Yeah. What's the
the Triple J stands for, it's Jorge Jr. and Juliet, his daughter.
Oh,
The 3 J's.
We were trying to figure that out. We're like, well, one of them has to be Jackie.
Jackie, and then what's
No, it's all him, Jorge and all of his kids. So what about the music scene? Is there very much music in Volcan? I know you just went out dancing to some live music.
We did
Yeah.
at Dos Rios.
Yeah.
And that's about the place where the live music happens. A lot of the expats go there.
They had a 4th of July celebration there and we went and they had live music then too. It was so loud. So this past event that we went to over the weekend, we had said, we want to come to this. We want to reserve a table. We had 2 other couples joining us and they sat us. I said, you got to sit us a little further away from the stage because it was so loud. We were shouting across the table and we couldn't hear our friends. So
the music scene in Volcan, it's more of the Panamanian style music. Is that right?
Yes.
I think so.
Or in Boquete, it's more like, rock and roll, the oldies, 70s and 80s kind of music.
Our neighbors kind of serenade us at times, which we don't mind because the Panamanian music is a lot better than rap music.
Yeah.
As far as we're concerned, they play the Panamanian music, and then just the other day they were playing American music all day long.
Yeah. So they play their music a little loud, but we enjoy it.
Yeah,
We don't have a problem at all with
that
it.
at all.
Yeah.
It's not to where it's too loud, just loud enough to hear and enjoy.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, at night we get serenaded by the dogs and the roosters. So we've kind of gotten used to that, and it doesn't even bother us anymore. The first couple of weeks we were here, we're like, this is crazy. But now it's background noise. We don't even really hear it.
They get used to it.
Yeah.
So we talked about, no scorpions or snakes, but what about like mosquitoes and other biting bugs? Any problems with that?
I haven't had any problems with mosquitoes. A girl, Harmony, she says there's a lot of mosquitoes around where she lives. But you got to look around and see if there's any standing water or anything like that. That's a big help with mosquitoes.
If you eliminate the standing water, you can eliminate the mosquitoes.
Sure, yeah.
We don't have any standing water here. The mosquitoes, every once in a while, you hear one buzz around you and you go like this, and that's the last you hear of them.
I used to get bit all the time when we sat out in Penonome. I mean, I always had welts on my arms and legs, but haven't really had a problem here.
Mm-hmm. What about making friends? I know every time I see your videos and stuff, you're always with a group of people. So you're just the kind of people that can quickly and easily make friends. But what are some things that you've done to make friends in Volcan?
Just things that we have in common, taking your trip or buying the guide. That's a big common thing. Where you're from, a lot of people from Florida.
We met this one guy, Howard and Cindy. We know you're watching. Howard was in a store. We met him. He was buying cigars, and Doug likes to smoke cigars too. And so, we said our hellos and goodbyes, and we'll see you around town. And we didn't know where they lived or whatever. So the one day we were coming home from the supermarket, we're like, "Hey, that's that guy that we met in the store."
Howard always wears
Hawaiian
shirts, loud shirts, so you can spot him a mile away.
Like, that's that guy. And so Doug says to him,
"Hey, you know where I could where I could find a good cigar?" He goes, "Yeah, right there."
And we're like, where? We don't see a store.
That's where I live. I go, "Really? We live right there."
So we're right around the corner.
Yeah.
They're right there. So
we've made good friends with them.
The guys will usually sit out on the porch and smoke their cigars, and then Cindy and I will sit inside and do crafting. She likes to paint and I like to crochet. So we drink wine every now and again. So we sit inside, we let the guys smoke outside.
Yeah. Clicked on the wrong one. So how welcoming are all the expat couples to single women or single guys? There's a lot of single guys and single women that live there too.
Everybody blends in. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. Everybody's just friendly. I mean, the Panamanians, they will help you out any way they can. They introduce to you, this is my brother and this is my son and everything else. So
the school kids that live across the street, I just love them. They got their crisp white shirts on and a tie, black or navy blue pants, and they're so polite, and they're probably teenagers. I have not had good experiences with teenagers, especially teenage boys in the States. They're a little bratty. But here, these kids, I mean, we're the old folks. We're sitting out literally in our rocking chairs. And these kids go by, they wave, hola, kumasta, how are you? And they always acknowledge us. Whereas in the States, we didn't get acknowledged a lot by younger people. But here, these kids are great. So in turn, Doug's gone over. They live right across the street from us. He's gone over and helped them with their basketball hoop. And we bought them a soccer ball one time, and they were just thrilled with that. And so we found that the kids here are super friendly, which I'm enjoying the heck out of.
They're very friendly. Yeah. And they have respect. It's something we taught from an early age. So you have respect for other people.
Absolutely.
Well, our neighbor on the other side of them, I was out there smoking a cigar. Sounds like I'm always out there. But they were having a cookout, and I was looking at my Facebook or whatever, and I hear at the gate, "Hola, hola," and it was them. And they come up with the phone, and they were asking me if they wanted some of what they were cooking. Oh, well, heck yeah.
So they brought us some Panamanian food, and we enjoyed that.
It was good. It was really good. And it just, things like that. I mean.
Yeah, really friendly. A lot of friendly people here.
So between this is the third place that you've lived in a year since you've been in Panama. Would you say that people are a little more friendly where you are now, or was it about the same in all of them?
I'm going to say it's about the same everywhere, because everybody's just so friendly. I mean, they wave, say hi, they stop and talk to you, and we try to communicate.
Yeah.
Everywhere we went,
Yeah.
it's been the same. So
Yeah.
it's no different here than Panama City.
And we to support like the Panamanian, like a lot of times we'll see like little elderly ladies, short little Panamanian women. So this one lady was selling avocados. I mean, this thing was huge and it was ripe and ready to eat. I've got an avocado sitting in my kitchen now that I've been 2 or 3 mornings in a row now. I've been wanting to eat it. It's too hard. But this lady was selling huge avocados, and we like buying from them rather than, I mean, every now and again we'll buy it in the store, but I would much rather give it to the lady who's got 12 in her basket and let's buy a couple, take them off her hands. And they like it, and it's usually better too than what they have in the stores.
Yeah. Helping them out.
Yeah.
So Doug, the question for you is, how are cigar prices relative to the States?
The cigar store in Boquete is probably about the average in the States. I found a cigar store here. They're not the best cigars, but they're 65 cents a piece, where the regular cigars are like $12 a piece.
But sometimes he's not sure which end to light.
They're, like I say, they're not the A1 cigars, but they're a nice smoke.
It gets them by.
For $65, you're gonna for 65 cents, you're gonna learn to like them, right?
You can't go wrong.
Now, sometimes we go into Boquete and there's this one cigar shop there, and they have Cuban cigars, so that's like a special treat, Christmas and birthday, but they're a lot more than 65 cents a cigar.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, the ones that I used to buy in the States were $12, and they're about the same price here.
Yeah.
The Rocky Patels.
If you live in a town where there's a lot of expats, the prices are going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dave wants to know, in your area, are there any expat gatherings with American style music?
Not that we've found yet out here.
No, not really. We haven't heard any American style music being played here. I guess we don't have enough Americans with guitars and banjos and
I remember going to a restaurant in Volcan. This was like in 2019, and there was a guy singing songs and playing a guitar. Everything was John Denver songs. That's what he played, was John Denver songs. So, but you know, the Americana kind of music is going to be more in Coronado or in Boquete.
Yeah.
However, you know, Dave, if you move to Volcan, I bet you could get some other musicians available. And Dos Rios would love for you to come there and perform.
Yeah.
And you'd have a full house.
Yeah, we'd be there.
Yep, you'd have a full house. So someone wants to know is weed legal? It's not legal.
No, it's not legal.
No. And let's see if we have any other questions. Someone also asked if the Golden Years Assisted Living Facility is open. The last time I talked to Sonia, it has not opened yet. She's having trouble getting the financing to finish it. Maybe you know more, but the last time I talked to her, that was the situation.
The last time we went by, it looked like it was not deserted, but abandoned.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's up and running.
It's on the back roads between here and Boquete, and sometimes we take those back roads and
she just couldn't get the financing to finish it. They said, well, if you were filled up, we'd give you a loan. She said, well, I can't fill up till I finish it. And so it was just a catch-22 situation. It's unfortunate because she had really great plans, and maybe a private investor will come along and help finish it, everything.
Yeah.
So my goodness, it's already after 6 o'clock. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions because you got in a little bit late. So we're going to take a couple more questions. Do you know if there's any organic food? I know up in Cerro Punta, they use quite a bit of pesticides and stuff, but is organic food available? Don't they have a special organic market?
Not that we found. If you know.
Well, I know there's a lot of WhatsApp groups here. and sometimes people will post where you could get organic things. I think if you really looked for it, you could find it here, because I see a lot of people saying, hey, I'm looking for this, I need it to be organic. And so I think you could definitely find it.
Yeah,
through the groups.
Cindy would know.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't they still have that market at Barrico's, Mexican food place?
Yeah, when we were there, they had, they had crafts and ceramics, and then they had home, like dishes, prepared dishes you could take home and heat up.
Mhm.
That was mostly vegan.
Yeah.
And not,
Vegan stuff, yeah.
So is your internet good enough that you can stream Amazon Music or like watch Netflix, maybe with an Amazon Fire Stick?
we're talking to you.
Exactly.
The only problem we have with the internet is when electricity goes down.
Yeah.
And that happens often.
A couple times a week at least. Sometimes it's like 6 to 8 hours. Sometimes it's like just 10 minutes.
But it does go down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Other than that, we haven't had a problem at all with the internet. We do have a Fire Stick.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it does buffer.
Yeah.
But that's on the live stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to watch Netflix, I don't think it would be a buffering problem.
Yeah.
So just on the live TV is when we get the buffering.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So we've taken up so much of your time. You've answered a lot of questions. I really appreciate you guys being here. Sorry we had a little bit of mix up in the beginning, but I will always just go into I'll answer questions until you can get here. So it all worked out. Do you have any advice for someone that's thinking about moving to Panama?
Pick your place. I mean, start out and see the country, see what you like, what you don't like. The temperatures vary as you go up and down the mountains or towards the beaches. Don't settle for one place. That's the only bad thing about like a friendly nation visa. You have to buy property. And, once you buy the property, you're kind of stuck.
There.
You're stuck. That's why I tell people don't buy property. You can also do the $200,000 into 3-year CD. 3 years in Panama gives you enough time to try out several different areas. And then at the end of the 3 years, you can decide, do I want to just leave my money in the bank and keep on earning 5% interest? Or do I want to buy real estate? Or what do I want to do? But to jump right into buying real estate is such a big mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely agree with that, because if we bought in Penonome, we would not have been happy.
Yeah, and we really liked that place, but after being there 2 months, we were like, oh, this is way too hot. We gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we love it here. This is probably for our forever home.
Yeah, and definitely bring the things that make you happy. I mean, I know it seemed a little excessive that we brought so much, but these are things that we enjoy. So
in my research, I researched, train stores or model trains, and there are none in Panama. It's not a thing. So I figured if I wanted something that I was going to have to bring it, or Amazon, which I didn't really want to do. But
the goal right now is he's going to have a train display around our Christmas tree. So
that'll be wonderful.
Yeah. And we'll have people in to see it. We'll invite people over, and that's our goal right now. So.
Mm-hmm. And so many Panamanians have never seen anything like that.
Right.
So
a lot of the movers, when they moved here, they were looking at the track that the train goes on, and they're like, what the heck is this? So once everything was unpacked, I found one of the trains, and I showed them what the train was, and said, oh, okay. I guess they understood, but it's my hobby. It's what I like to do. So well, now since Panama is going to start in January, they're going to start building a train that goes from Panama City all the way to Costa Rica. And so, they'll get a glimpse of what a train is like, because it's not, other than the subway in Panama City, they're just haven't seen a train. Right. Yeah. Well, the one that goes the Panama Canal route. But that's...
the Panama Canal up to Cologne, they have that train. But a lot of Panamanians that live in Cherokee Province, they've never been on that train or seen a train before. So it'll be a new experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sort of looking for a place around here, like a storefront, that I could actually build a larger layout and have people come and look and
Just enjoy it.
and give me lots of help. Because there is a lot to it. It's not just, setting a train on the track and watch it go around. It's not all that. It's a lot of details, a lot of carpentry, a lot of electrical work, painting, artists. So it's an all-inclusive type of hobby.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
It's a good thing you have 5 bedrooms so you can have its own room.
We have one room designated as the train room, and that's where he goes in and does the electrical work and setting up the track, and
The
that's,
equivalent of the man cave, is that right?
yes.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right. So Darlene and Doug, I want to thank you again so much for sharing this information. And I want to thank everybody that was on the live stream to ask your questions and enjoy this conversation to find out why Darlene and Doug left Boquete. Everybody thinks, oh, I want to move to Boquete. I want to move to Boquete. But when you have an opportunity to rent a house that's twice as big for less money in Volcan, then it's time to go.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, right? And good parking too.
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. So thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your week.